Welcome back to our realm of luxury and genius opulence. As we promised you in the last video, today we are going to decipher the luxury villas, mansions and palaces of the Jordanian royals, and King Abdullah II in particular. So without further ado, let's get into it. For nearly 20 years, no one was able to track the opulent villas and mansions owned by King Abdullah because he bought them via shell companies. In fact, all his private investments and business transactions are performed via offshore shell companies based in tax havens such as the British Virgin Islands. Let us be clear about something here. He is not doing anything illegal and even had his lawyer explain the reasons behind the secrecy in detail in lengthy news articles. In a nutshell, it is all about privacy. After all, they are celebrity royals and a brand in the Arab world and elsewhere. So naturally, security and safety are a top priority. In total, King Abdullah owns about 36 shell companies in the British Virgin Islands. He uses them to manage his elusive wealth. Some say that his securities investment portfolio alone is worth around $5 billion. We could not figure out anything about his portfolio. However, we did find his mansions and villas in the USA and UK, and they are quite enviable and opulent. From 2012 to 2014, he paid $20 million for 4 apartments in the Georgetown neighborhood of Washington, D.C. At the time, his son Crown Prince Hussein was attending Georgetown University. Between 2005 and 2011, he bought 5 luxury properties in and around London. But his most indulgent purchases occurred over in California, where he owns a triple mansion compound in Malibu. It cost him about $200 million after renovations because he had one of the mansions razed and a new, more modern mansion built in its place. The other 2 mansions next to it were renovated and are used as guest houses and for support staff. Some gold diggers had drones scour these properties in the Point Dume area. The properties are so opulent and majestic. Some say he used in the newly constructed mansion more than 100 kilograms of gold to plate the ornate ceiling, which is littered with modern custom-made Swarovski chandeliers. All the windows are bulletproof, and all the artwork on the walls has silver and gold frames. And because he is quite a huge fan of Star Trek, he literally had a section of the mansion designed like the command room from the US's Voyager. In addition to his 4 luxurious apartments in Washington, he also owns an opulent mansion in Ascot, which is said to have cost him about $50 million after upgrades and renovations. Very little is known about the exact location and address of this property. However, he does not deny that owns it and prefers to keep its location secret. He also owns 14 luxury apartments in various upper-class areas across London, worth more than $30 million. His wife Rania is also said to own a majestic chateau in an exclusive area of the French Riviera, which is also known as the Côte d'Azur. We are still working on locating this property too, and will surely make a video when we locate it along with the others in London and Ascot. He and his family currently use these properties as retreats and during official visits, and also to host officials and foreign dignitaries. According to insiders, King Abdullah also owns several luxury rental properties in various top European destinations that generate millions of dollars of income per month. Royals also must possess a few royal palaces, and the Jordanian royals have just that. They have a massive, heavily fortified and protected walled area, more than 1 square kilometer in size, that is no less than a lush oasis on a hill in the capital Amman, littered with opulent, breathtaking heritage palaces and villas. The royal court compound is called the Maqar, which means in Arabic, the headquarters. This majestic court lies on a hill in the old sector of Amman, close to the railway station near Amman's Marka airport. Construction on the site began in 1925. Ragadan Palace was the first to be built in the compound. Before that, the royals used to live in villas and opulent condos scattered across the capital. Ragadan Palace is the oldest palace in the royal court. The word Ragadan originates from the Arabic verb ragad, which means to reflect a comfortable life. When Ragadan was built in 1926, old rare stones from the southern town of Ma'an were used for the exterior. Its windows were made from colored glass to resemble the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. The fine woodwork in the palace generally, and the throne hall in particular, is of exceptional beauty. It became the home of King Abdullah and his family. It underwent many renovations over the years, and the latest restorations and expansions were comprehensive. New luxury Italian marble flooring was installed, and gold leaves added to the ceiling fresco in the throne hall, which depicts Islamic art and architecture. Much of a special galleried area on the ground palace floor, which came to be known as Al-Makar al-Ala, which means the sublime sanctuary, was plated with silver and gold. Today, Ragadan Palace contains one of the most important rooms of the crown properties. The most distinguished is the throne hall, which is used for state occasions, such as when the king receives good wishes from dignitaries, and the general public during Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. The palace also houses some of the most expensive and stunningly sumptuous official gifts and jewelry that have been presented to the king and other high-ranking royals. King Abdullah also accommodates most visiting heads of states in this magnificent palace. The Basma Palace, which means in Arabic the Joyful Palace, was constructed in the early 1950s. Originally, it was designed as a guest reception palace, additional working offices for the royal court, and a private wing for King Abdullah. This beautiful palace also underwent some renovation and expansion over the years, while maintaining the same old architectural beauty of the building. Today, the building contains King Abdullah's offices, as well as the offices of Prince Mohammed and Prince Al-Hassan. Since the king spends plenty of time working in this luxurious palace, he turned it into a truly beautiful, opulent working space. Al-Sagir Palace literally means the little palace. It is situated a few steps to the north of Ragadan Palace and was built in the 1930s as the residence for the king's grandparents. Today, the palace has been turned into a second working palace for the king and other princes, and it hosts the offices of the National Security Council. And of course, it is just as luxurious as the other palaces. Al-Mawad Palace means the sanctuary. It was also built during the 1930s. It underwent intensive renovations that turned it into a rosy, cheerful mansion to please Queen Rania, who uses it today as her main working space. Other opulent royal palaces that are scattered across Amman and other parts of the country include Bab as-Salam, which is the official residence of the king's mother, Queen Noor. The Nadwa Palace was used as a residence by the king's parents, but after King Hussein passed away, it was turned into a guest house. Al-Hashmiya Palace was a royal residence until the 1980s. Later, Queen Noor turned it into a new home for hundreds of orphans who she adopted. The Zahran Palace, which means the blooming flower, is quite massive and opulent. It consists of several buildings that were turned into luxury rental properties that today house many embassies in the most exclusive area of Oman. The Al-Mushata Palace was used as a working and farming palace until the June 1967 war, during which it was partially damaged by Israeli air raids. Since then, it has been renovated and expanded. Today, it is used as a retreat by the royals. The king also has his horse stables there. All these majestic royal Jordanian palaces are breathtaking, massive properties that spill unparalleled luxury that is envied by the masses. They are all sumptuous and boast swimming pools, saunas, jacuzzis, spas, gyms, tennis courts, entertainment and gaming rooms, cinemas, and every luxury amenity that can cross your mind. These palaces combined are worth about $1.2 billion. And if we were to include all the gold, silver, diamonds, fine artworks, and luxury furniture in their value, they become worth more than $2 billion. It costs the royals more than $70 million a year to upkeep these unique palaces, and more than that for security. Additionally, they own many villas and vacation retreats across Jordan that are worth tens of millions of dollars. Finally, King Abdullah and his family own far too many luxury properties that are used to generate income from rent, and they also own a few malls, 5-star hotels, and resorts too. In the following video, we will take a close look at the Jordanian royals' mesmerizing car collection that even the most avid rare luxury cars collectors only dream of having. So make sure to come back. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit the notification button to get updates on our latest videos that cover the hard-to-track and elusive luxury, net worth, and business issues associated with our beloved, rather secretive celebrities.